Let me now welcome Robert, Monica, and Carter up to share a few words, everybody.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for all the support. There's not a lot more to say than we're just incredibly grateful for the level of support that we've seen over the past couple of years in the design and development of what we're doing. You know, the level of head, heart, and hands that have gone into the project, you know, really caught us. You know, we got into this project and we realized that it was really difficult, really too difficult for any one person to take on. And it required a community that understood that, you know, we have to build sustainably. We have to build with energy efficiency in mind. And this community has responded. You know, in terms of head, we have the immediate past president of ASHRAE here with us, Ken Peterson. When we could not find an engineer, I literally got laughed at by 15 engineers when I called them and I said, we wanted to do this. They said, why would you want to do this when you can heat and cool your property for $5 a square foot a year? I called Kent and I said, as the president of ASHRAE, can you recommend somebody that we could use? Because I'm just completely frustrated. He said, bring over the plans, I want to do it myself. That's the kind of commitment, people stepping up in a really big way. Edison, likewise. I just have to finish the story because they came up with an incredible set of plans. The technical mastery with which they did it was extraordinary. And I challenged them to come back. And I said, that's great, but the average person can't afford it. And they've been working with us to wring out the costs on these things over and over and over again. The cycle of this thing is something that Fred Koch and I talk about all the time. A contractor who stepped up with really big hands to say, we can catch. And what he's doing along with us is to say, what are the things that we can do to make it affordable for the average person? Because the complexity curve on the initial side of this thing is enormous. And we're working through it through a 2-year cycle to wring out the complexity and the cost to make it affordable for the average person to actually do this. So we're excited about the technology that's coming forward, how Edison and GE and a number of the other sponsors that we have working with us are pulling stuff off of the rack that has never been seen before. We have Representative Load here from National Gypsum, who's creating material. This will be the case study to see if this material, a phase change of material that will be used in the drywall to actually see if it'll work. But if it's correct, Ken estimated for about $5,000 in total cost, it will have our energy use in terms of heating and cooling forever. So these are the kinds of innovations that are coming out. This is absolutely possible for the average person, and that's what we're attempting to prove in this process. We're not done though. We're just starting. We're just absolutely starting. And so we look forward to having you all on the journey as we learn through this process. So thank you again for all your support. Again, the head, heart, and hands that you've provided are irreplaceable in this process, and we are humbled by your generosity.